Hey everybody, how you doing today? Sorry I'm running just a little late this week. It's been pretty hectic this week. And I was a little under the weather for a couple of days, but all doing good now. Okay, this will be part 13 of the Eduard USS Arizona limited edition in 1/350th scale. Okay, I've got got the hole primed and cleaning up a few little spots that needed some more attention, and I got some more PE done. So it's not going to be a real super long video, but I had a couple of things I wanted to show you guys before I go down to the bench. I don't know if any of you guys use this or not. I really like it. They've got matte, semi-gloss and gloss. This at a well-known hobby store, I'm not going to name any names, is about $4.50 for 60 milliliters. Okay? I go through a lot of this stuff. Okay? Did a little looking online. $4.50, $12. This is from an art supply store. This is from a hobby store. Okay, this would have cost me $37.50. Yeah, I'm not including shipping and stuff. This would have cost me $37.50 if I'd bought it in this size. Okay, so much cheaper. Much cheaper if you go through much of this stuff. And I bought matte and I bought a gloss. So just something to keep in mind. You don't have to buy everything from a hobby store. There's lots of other places, but that's, I thought, was a pretty good deal. Of course there was some shipping involved and things, but $4.50, it's like $12.09 at an art supply. Okay. Shop cards. My shop cards came in. Everybody that requested one, they've been mailed. Okay, they were mailed out Saturday, the 8th. Okay. If you want one and you haven't requested one yet, drop me an email and I'll send you one. I put out about 50 so far, and I ordered 100, so I've got plenty. Doesn't matter where you're at, as long as I can mail it to you. I'll send you one. So the email is in the description below, and also on my About tab on the on my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you want one, let me know. And one evening I just kind of broke into this just a little bit. This is a Copper State Models kit. 1/35th scale. It's the Canadian armored machine gun carrier. Okay, I'll put a full video out on this here soon. I'm changing video editors, so I've spent quite a bit of time this week playing with editors and trying to figure out which ones would work best for me and my computer without buying additional hardware and everything. So I've been looking at Filmora. I know a few people that use it, and I see their videos and they look really nice, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do the same. But anyway, I killed a bit of time in the evenings playing around, making kind of test videos and that type of thing. So anyway, let's go down the bench and I'll show you where we're at. And I really appreciate you guys looking in on me. Okay, be right back. Here's the superstructure as we left it before, with a few additional pieces added. This is the upper part for the three-legged mast. I had to make that. I made that earlier. This piece here, there's a little brass piece right here on the front. I had to make that. That was not included in the kit, and there'll be another platform sets above this, and a little ladder and stuff. So just right on this point here, there'll be a another circular platform. I don't know for sure just what goes on it yet, but anyway, I added the brass, this piece of brass around here, and I've got the railings on this side. Okay, there'll be another piece for this side, which I've got right here. Okay, all bent and ready to go. And then there will be another piece in the middle too, but I won't add that probably until I get the mast and stuff all figured out. But in our last video, or my last video, I was really concerned about this, getting this all together straight. I didn't want to have the mast, like a corkscrew or something, or the structure like a corkscrew. So what I did, I put locating pins on the bottom, okay, that fit right over this structure. And then this structure has locating pins for the one below it, and these, nice tight fit. If I can get it off, there we go. Okay, we've got a locator in there too. So when this is all stacked up, hopefully it'll all be nice and straight. I'd spent a lot of time measuring in let's see here, getting all the parts nice and straight and square so they're even on all sides. What I want to do, and I'm thinking about doing anyway, I did get the doors put on everything. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, there's our doors, but there's windows all the way around there, and they're half hidden by that shield. I want to put glass or clear in that. Let's see if you can, but it's going to be really difficult to do once it's installed, so I need to do that ahead of time. And so I want to paint the bases and paint these separately, and then put the clear in it and then assemble them. There's no way in the world I want to mask all that. So that structure there, I've got some more pieces to add. I've got railings to add. This one here, same thing. I've got the base, okay, which aligns it, and they fit really tight. There we go. So that's nice and tight. So that'll be where it's supposed to be, and it's got locating pins on the bottom for the next layer down. Okay, and we got a locator there, and we got one under here. Okay, so those should all hopefully be exactly where they need to be, nice and tight, when this goes together. That way I can take it apart and get all that stuff painted and get it exactly the way I want it, with windows and stuff in it. See, there's windows in this too. You're not going to really be able to get to them though with all this stuff in the way. Get that on there. Get that on there. See, there you can see them, but there's no way you can work on them underneath here. This here, this structure here, I don't know if there was glass in those windows or not. I'm not really sure what that structure is yet. I'll have to do some looking. I think it's like an armored control room or something, so that if they're under attack, this has got the wheel and everything in it that they need. I'm not real sure about that, but I think that might be what that is. Some of you other guys can probably tell me. So let's go ahead and work on this railing here right now. This is just a piece of wax paper. Super glue doesn't really like to stick to wax paper, so it works really good as a place to work on when you're putting your PE parts on. Okay, let's set this stuff aside. Okay, this one here I already glued on. You can see that. Okay. The parts are PE 321 and 318. On the fret for the PE, 321 is labeled, 318 is not. So if you'll see a part on there that is identical. They're mirror images of each other, but 318 has no number on it, so you kind of got to watch for that. Okay, let's go ahead. I've got this fitting. I didn't even anneal this. I just basically rolled it around my wax pencil. Just anything round to get it approximately in shape. We'll start gluing. Let's go ahead and switch over here for real quick. There we go. And there, maybe that'll be better. So we want it to line up with this notch right here. Okay, so I've got this part bent real well. I can go ahead and get some glue on that, and then once that's set up, then I can just pinch this in a little bit and get it finished. So let's do that real quick. Let's see if my glue's still good. I'm using a candle this time. I took this trick. I've seen other guys do it, but I saw my buddy Paul at Plastic Monkey doing this the other day, building his 1350 Yamato. So I thought, well, I'm going to give that a try, and it works really well. Let's see if my glue's still, yeah, it's still tacky. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have to get rid of these glasses. We'll start here. Just get a little bit around the edge. I don't want to go all the way because I want to get the first part in place and then come back and glue the rest. Whoops! Get my fingers in it. So if we just go like so, and make sure that that point is where we want it, and just hold it for a second. Let's see, it needs to be scooted around just a tiny bit. That's what I like about this 10-second glue. Gives you just a little bit of working time. I know you guys can't see anything. Okay, so it's even on the bottom, and we got it started on the curve really good here. And I'll just put a little more glue on it, follow it around. We'll go from the underside here. Try not to get my fingers stuck. Give it a few seconds. Okay, that should work. There's the other side all done. There'll be, I think it's searchlights go in those two holes. I don't remember for sure. No, I think maybe they might be range finders. I'll have to look. Anyway, something else I had to do while I was, earlier in the week, I made this little brass part up here on my lathe, like I said just a little bit ago, for a platform. But I also had to make 3 other pieces up. These will go here they'll support the range finders and go down to the lower deck. So I made those up out of brass. I've got 2 of those, one for each side. And this little piece of, I know you can't see it too well, it's flat on one side. I'll show you in the directions. Let me switch over the directions real quick. And okay, right here, this little piece of it says plastic, but I made it out of brass, so there'll be another PE part that'll go on top of this, and you got to supply that. That is not included in the kit. And let's see if I can find, there's the PE we just put on, and the instructions of this are kind of funny. I'm not really following them anyway, I guess. Okay, here's the pieces that go from the underside of that platform down. So there's your dimensions right there, and I made up those 2 out of brass. And then let's go back up here a little bit. Where are we at? See, the instructions, it's kind of all over the place. But I don't even see it now. But they're on the front of this C-17 is where that little piece of brass goes. Yeah, the instructions are kind of all over the place. You work back and forth around different things. I'm not even seeing it right this minute. Well, trust me, it's there. I don't know where it went. But on this structure here, this is the one we've been working on. There'll be some more shields and stuff that'll go inside once we get the 3-legged mast done. There's lots and lots of little pieces on this, but above the 3-legged mast, let's see, that's on the other mast. So I get looking at the masts and I get them all kind of turned around here. But this is the top of the mast with the short leg. Okay, so there's going to be more PE to go on the very top of that. And this goes on the top of the forward mast. See, here they're talking about the mast that's farther back. Okay, and then here they're talking about the forward one again. So it kind of goes all over the place. But anyway, you do need to put a piece of PE on the front of that to support that that platform. So anyway, let's go back to this. This is all good to go now. And these I'll be putting on soon. And this one I'll be putting on soon. So what I want to do, this one here, there'll be another piece of photo etch that'll go here, and then a little piece here and here. But I don't want to do those till I get the legs all in. So this one here is pretty much done. So we'll go ahead and set it in a box. Where is my box? Okay. And I like to put a piece of paper towel in there just for a little bit of padding. These boxes are free. Okay, I like to eat a lot of like turkey, sliced turkey, and this is the container they come in. They're very durable. They got a lid. Let me back this up just a little bit. Okay, so they're perfect for holding parts. why put them in the landfill if you can put them to use? Okay, so that one there will keep safe. Oh, something else I've been working on. Let me grab a glove here real quick. I primed the hull. I don't want to touch it with my bare hands with the primer. I primed this, and I found just a little bit of a ghost seam right here where I think my filler from before kind of shrank back. So I'm sanding that out, and then I'll prime it again. I really like this primer. It's Mr. Surfacer. I use it with the Mr. Color leveling thinner, so it works really good. But I'm working on getting that seam taken care of. And as soon as I'm happy with the way it is, I'll be ready to start painting this. Okay, something I did, I guess it happens to everybody at times, but on these house pipes here, there's supposed to be little screens that go over them, like halfway over them. Well, I was cleaning the hole real good with a little bit of alcohol to prime this, and I hit one and it pinged off. Couldn't find it. I looked for like 30 or 40 minutes for that little part. Couldn't find it. So I got to thinking, you know, just having 3 on there is not going to look right. So I went ahead and took the other 3 off. Guess what? I found the 4th one. So now I've got all 4 of them, and I guess I'll put them back on. But I felt really dumb. You know, here I am. I should have just kept on looking, I guess. But I went ahead and took them all off because I thought it'd feel or look kind of strange with only 3. So anyway, that's where we're at on that. Still working on just getting that seam just right. I put a little more Mr. Surfacer on it. I'm really happy with the way the propellers and everything turned out. Okay, so another little bit more sanding on that, and we'll shoot it with some more primer and see what it looks like. Okay, let's get back to some photo etch here. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off for a few minutes and get a couple more pieces of photo etch ready, and then we'll come back and we'll get a little more done, okay? Be right back. Here's the 4 pieces of PE that'll be the railings for this part. I've got them all bent up already, so let's go ahead and get those put on. Okay? I'll try and maybe I ought to do this overhead. We'll see. Bring it down just a bit. Okay, first part will go here. So let's just go ahead and get a little CA on the plastic here. Okay, it'll go right to that notch right there. And it will go this way. Make sure it's level. Come on, there we go. Move it just a little bit. I really like this PE from Eduard. It so many kits you see have just like generic railings, and you have to bend the railings in the middle of the run, not necessarily where it would naturally be. A little bit of PE or a CA right there. This one here, see, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. This one and this one bend on the stanchions or whatever they call them, the uprights. This one does not, but it has bending lines, so it makes it real easy to see. This one here that wraps around, every one of the bends is right on the upright, so it's real easy to tell where you're supposed to bend. Set this one down, and we'll use the wax paper to help us line everything up. Or use the tabletop, I should say. I don't do it as often as I should, but the CA bottles, as you guys probably know, they get plugged up really bad. Last night I took them all off, and whoop, there goes the light. Let me change the battery real quick. Hang on. That's what I like about these lights, is they don't have any cords to drag around. Let's just do this real quick. Ah, back in business. That was easy. Okay. So that one's good. Just want to make sure they're level on the bottom. Doesn't give you a whole lot of working time, but there we go. There's that one. Let's get this one. All the way from here down to there. And what I was saying is, generally maintenance-wise, the CA bottles plug up fairly quickly, and every now and then I just take the spouts off and put something over them so they don't dry out, and throw the spouts in a bottle of acetone, or a jar with some acetone in it. Leave them overnight, and the next day the CA is kind of just like jelly. You know, it's real easy to wipe out, and then you can use your bottles again without them all clogging up. Just a little acetone. I just put an inch or so in a bottle. Just fact is, I got, yeah, I always mark the bottle that I got one in there now. The fact is, I got the lid and the spout. Something I didn't realize or didn't know, but the little spouts, the plastic part, the white part, they're available separately for Bob Smith Industries bottles like these. Okay, so I can buy, if these get really plugged up or split or something like that, you can buy replacement lids, or the spouts. They're like $1 a piece, something like that. Okay, let's get this other one on. Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'll try and get some more done this week. Okay. Make sure it's right where I want it, where the glue gets to it. Just letting the glue grab. It's a little high. I have to clean my fingers. A little CA on. Okay. There we go. So those are on. I'll put this back on. I'm still going to have to make up some ladders, and there'll be another piece to go in here once I get the 3 other legs up on the mast all set up. That goes in there like so, and looks pretty good. Let's see where we're at on time here. Yeah, let's see if we can't do just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and go to the bottom. So that one there, I'm going to call that good for now. I'll put that in my box, and we'll go down. Let's see. This level here doesn't really have too much that I can see. It's probably in another set of instructions. We got more to do down here. So I've got the instructions in this are, they're kind of all over the place. I've noticed that there'll be stuff on one page for this, and there'll be stuff on another page for here, and they don't give you the instructions for the whole part all at one time. But I've got a piece of PE I need to put around here. That's something else I noticed. In the instructions, this little tab doesn't exist. Just this little part right here on the edge. I don't know for sure why it's why it's on the PE, but in the instructions it's not there. So these platforms will have searchlights or signal lights. I'm not sure which. Mounted on them, but I'll probably have to remove that little tab. Fact is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to. Let me switch over to the instructions and I'll show you real quick. Yeah, see here? No tab. I don't know for sure just why it's on the part, but there's no tab there. So let me get PE 333 and 314, and then we've got 326 and 319 that'll go here. So let me get those parts ready and we'll get those put on. Okay? Be right back. Well, I got all the parts cut out for the next level. I started gluing one on. I rolled it with my drill bit on the big eraser. Yeah, for really big mistakes. Anyway, I started putting this one on, and where it makes a 90-degree bend, it broke on me, which is not really a big deal, but I can glue them back together. I always clean what I can with my fiberglass pencil, so I cleaned up the brass, the flat part, which that rail goes on top of the brass, not around the edge, so that I left that little tab on there. That's or I don't know what it's for, but anyway, I left it. But when I glued this on, it wouldn't stick on one side, and so it made kind of a mess. I tried to add a little bit more glue, but it just would not stick. So I'm assuming that I've accidentally contaminated the brass with my fingerprints or something. So before I let's go back to the top camera here. Okay. Before I really make a mess, what I'm going to do, and I don't know if you guys can even see it or not, but there's a kind of a wad of glue on there. But it's best when you got a problem like this to stop, get the debonder, get the part off, clean everything up, and then do it again. Don't just keep adding glue, or it'll just get worse and worse. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do it off camera, but this stuff is really good. I don't know if it's got acetone in it, but acetone will basically do the same thing. But you put this on there and it just turns super glue or CA into kind of a gooey soft stuff. You know, it doesn't just make it disappear, but it stops it from sticking. And you can take things apart that have been glued with it. So that's what I'm going to do off camera. I'm probably going to go ahead and call this video good. When you get frustrated doing something like this, it's best to just stop. You know, figure out what's wrong, which more than likely it's contamination. Clean the parts up and go back and do it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll try and have some more content out this week. Been kind of a busy week for me. But I'll get that part off there and soak it, get it all cleaned up good, and then we'll get it put back on right. So we'll talk to you guys real soon. I really appreciate you guys watching. We're at like 875 right now. So we're only like 25 away from 900. Okay, so talk to you guys real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.